On this day in 1970, Shirley Chisholm stood before the U.S. House of Representatives and delivered her stirring and now famous speech urging lawmakers to support the Equal Rights Amendment, a proposed revision to the U.S. Constitution designed to guarantee equal legal rights for all American citizens regardless of race or sex. She began the 1,722-word speech with, "Mr. Speaker, House Joint Resolution 264 before us today, which provides for equality under the law for both men and women, represents one of the most clear-cut opportunities we are likely to have to declare our faith in the principles that shaped our Constitution." As her oratory ran on, Chisholm continued to address issues of discrimination against women and minorities, highlighting their historical deprivation of fundamental legal rights in this country. Chisholm's amendment would fall short of becoming part of the Constitution, but the valiant effort was representative of the fight she had her entire political career. In 1968, Chisholm became the first African-American woman elected to Congress. 4 years later, in 1972, she launched a bid to become the Democratic nominee for president, another first for a black woman. She was also one of the founding members of the Congressional Black Caucus. When I moved to New York, I moved into what used to be her district. An interesting shift happened in the city around Chisholm's time as Brooklyn's black population overtook Harlem's, making Brooklyn the new center for blackness in the Big Apple and creating a powerful sector of African Americans, which gave Chisholm the support she needed to thrive as a mainstay in Congress. Chisholm would serve 7 terms in the U.S. Congress, particularly because of this fortified base. Chisholm passed away in January of 2005. Robert E. Williams, president of the NAACP, remembered her by saying, "She was our Moses that opened the Red Sea for us." And in recognition of her work in advocacy, she was awarded the Congressional Medal of Freedom 10 years after her death by President Obama in 2015. So today, we celebrate the legacy of Shirley Chisholm. And that is For the Culture. Thank you for watching Prime, and good night.
Hey, yo, man, what time is it?
You know what time it is, man.
2 a.m.?
Yeah, man.
Man, you know what?
What's that?
It's 8:46, bro.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah, you know what time that is.
Yeah, man.
Nappy head,
Yo,
Funk Army.
what's up?
Stand up. Get it live, y'all.
Yo, Mo, drop that beat.
You know what we gotta do.
Yeah, man.
We bringing this funk just for you.
You know,
Repeat after me. Say, you don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best,
you don't.
just gotta outlast the rest.
No, you don't.
You don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. You don't have to be the best, just gotta outlast the rest. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. I'ma say that again for you. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Here we go, y'all. Now let me tell you a little story about United We Stand. It says we're gonna funk across this funkless land. We gon' stand up and let our voices be heard. We ain't gonna let nobody stop us from spreading the spiritual word. The ruthless corporate greedy don't give a damn about the needy. We need
everybody in the house to join us on this one, all right? Y'all say, united we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Are y'all out there? You feeling it? United we stand. Come on, y'all. Divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. Yeah. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. United we stand. Divided we fall. Funkin' with the poor people most of all, as they poison our mind with food control. Third eye is wise, sacrifice. Wake up and see what they doing to you and me. Keeping a separate product of Illuminati, like the jail cell did my boss John Gotti. Dirty politics and high-priced prostitution reside in all the important positions. Just look around at the injustice in the world. Some forced to live in the deplorable conditions. Watch us, watch what we do. This rap is coming up just for you. So sit back, relax, check out our phone calls. The nappy hip-hop car be always bumping in your trunk. Twitter, tweet, the TikTok. The ruthless corporate greedies don't give a damn about the needies. A movement, genocide and homicide is happening all around the world. Promise me this, promise me that, when all the fat cats stabbing us in the back. Man, get off my back, bro. Killing me. Let me see you wave your hand. We all wanna take a stand. Rise up against the corporate man. Let me head all across this land. Oh yeah. Nothing but this new type funk 2022. Let me see you wave your hands. We all wanna take a stand. Rise up against the corporate man. Let me head all across this land. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. United we stand, divided we fall. One more time. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together until the jam is done. United we stand, divided we fall. Should our backs ever be against the wall, we'll be together. What's up? What's happening, y'all? Funk from the front seat right here at 9 on the Grind TV every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, man, it's been a beautiful experience. Celebrating Black History Month with a lot this weekend, and we want to share this time with you. We appreciate it. Thank you for all tuning in. If you're brand new, don't forget, hit that thumbs up, smash that like button. We got our returning guest today, this amazing man. He's a veteran. He's an artist. He's a musician, father, grandfather, funketeer extraordinaire. Mr. George the Funk Vinci is going to be coming in with us. I see his ship is beaming in backstage right now. We waving him in. I see the landing gear lowering down. The smoke is cleared, and he's getting ready to step into the front seat and hang out with us today. We're going to be kicking on some serious topics and also talk a little bit about his new artwork and his new inspiration straight out of Compton, that kind of thing. And also a little bit about, what's happening with the world and, how that affects Black History Month and his contribution to the world as a veteran, as a Black man to Black History Month as well. He's going to give us some little tidbits and insights that a little birdie I just heard beaming down in my ear about the mothership
landing at George Clinton's 85th birthday party in Tallahassee. All the Funketeers are going to be down there, and we trying to figure out how we can make our way down there, Funk from the front seat, and go support that thing. And George, what he is and who he is and the institution that he is and all the musicians that he put out there. So, that's going to be a beautiful thing. If you had any transitions this week, go in peace and know that here at Funk from the Front Seat, we love you. If you had any birthdays or anything special, anniversaries, congratulations, we love you. If you had any new loves that came into your life, that's what's up. Shout out, to Robin over here, Oasis. You know how that goes. Shout out to Dawn. Hope you're feeling better and your family. Prayers to you. And, my girl Cindy K. Lane over on the West Coast. I know you get up early to check us out. Huge supporter. Lisa Love on the West Coast. We love you out there, Lisa. Hopefully we get you on the East Coast and get some funk popping, and all our people all around the world, in China, Dubai, and Israel, and Germany, and DJ Elisabetta in Ireland, we love you, and Coccolino in Italy, thank you for always playing Nappyhead Funk Army music, and also Monica up in Sweden, we love you, thank you for always playing the music. Of course, everybody on the P-Funk Radio, that which we always get to during the middle of the show. But please sit back, relax. It's going to be a great show. I'm a bit tired, and I always do really, really well. They say when I'm tired, so I'm not as amped up. Just got back from Virginia this morning, and it was cool at the Virginia Academy of Music and the music hall over there with Tony Cam and his crew. Shout out unleashing his brand new material. So kudos to you, Captain. I salute you, bro. Very well done, everybody that was over there. So his whole funk crew, the Funk All Stars, and the Nappyhead Funk Army will be landing there May 30th, I believe, and we're going to go in there and do what we do. And so it's going to be an interesting, very interesting year for the funk. So a lot of good things are happening. Right here on Funk from the Front Seat, we'll keep you tuned in, locked into everything, all the goings on. Going to have some special guests throughout the year. Thank you to my producer, Mr. Mark Lee. Always funky, always classy, never last, always fast. Behind the glass, keeping it funky like that. Mr. Mark Lee, extraordinary producer, and I appreciate you. So without further ado, we're going to bring the new Do Review Funk from you, straight from Compton by way of Texas. Welcome to the show, Mr. George the Funk Vinci.
Yo, what's funky, y'all?
Why can't we get you? Hold on. Oh, you came in and then we went out. Got to get you again. Up. There we go.
Yo, what's funky, y'all? What's
hold
happening?
on. So, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. What's funky,
See,
y'all?
Sir Knows, always trying to do stuff.
Ain't he though? Yeah.
Always.
All the time, boy. I gotta shoot him with the bop gun.
How you doing, bro?
Oh man, I'm hanging in there, brother. How are you, man?
I am well, man. Thank you for joining us today. Special day, of course. Black History Month. Every day is important, and it's not just Black history; it's American history, it's world history. We just happen to be Black people, but it's really about the world. History is history, and I always view it that way, and I hope others feel that way as well. But yeah, man, it's so good to see your face, man. How you been?
Oh man, I've been hanging in there, my brother, man. Doing what I do out here, man, and keep doing my part to keep this funk alive.
There you go. I noticed my audience for the first time. If you don't know, a lot of this artwork back here is done by Mr. DeFunk Vinci, over here, and Curtis Wilcox and Patricia Diorio. So I thank him. But George is always coming up with the thing. I just call it the thing now because that's just what you do. It's that thing, man. That thing, THANG, that funk thing, that P-Funk thing, that funkadelic thing, the torch that was passed. Believe me, you lit it up and it's bright, bro. We all applaud you for that. Appreciate you for that.
Hey.
You can find and how to get his work, his sneakers, his clothing, send him anything. The brother knock it out. Going on the bottom of the screen, so y'all check that out, man. So first of all, I always start with what you're wearing.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the Funketeers Ball shirt that I designed a couple of years back, and Hey, it is what it is. That is it's self-explanatory, you
Yeah.
know.
You know what? I got a little tidbit. Like, I got to get with Tony Cam because I know you watching. Don't forget, I ain't forget about them championship shirts we about to get. Right there, right. We
Yeah.
still want our championship shirts. What we got? 5, 6, 7, 8. How many we got in a row now? Like
Yeah.
5?
At least.
And I think it's 5.
Yeah. At least. Yeah.
We ain't forget that, Tony Cam. I know you laughing right now, shaking your head. We love you, bro. Yeah, man, it's nice to see your new adventure because we haven't had you on in a minute, and I know you were in the lab. So give us a little background. First of all, thank you for your service as a veteran, right? And we'll get into that in a minute. We praise that. Thank you, man. But get into a little bit of what you've been up to and tell our audience a little bit about you that never met you.
Well, like you said earlier, I hail from Compton, California, and I'm here in San Antonio now. Yeah, I did extensive military service, and disabled veteran right now, and giving up the funk, following my dreams, with being a funk connoisseur. I'm a P funk artist, with a ton of album covers under my belt now. Um, via 13, from Parliament, with the Third Delic stuff. Um, Gabe Gonzalez, I did a few for his Enema Squad. Did the Skunk Mob, P Union, Mother Funkaholics, yourself. I done a lot of stuff, man, and man, proud of it, and I'm keeping the funk alive by keeping it moving, man. I'm drawing up stuff. I've been busy. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
do
know
the
you have that.
shoes.
I saw that new poster that you had. Maybe you can give us a shot of that later or
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah,
You have it now. Let's check
yeah.
it out.
It's right there. Let me see here. Let me. I don't know if you can
Hi,
see it.
Cindy. Yes, 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 yes. That's
Oops.
all the way live, bro. That's fire.
Yeah, it's up on the wall now. I don't know if you can see the lights lighting up on
I
it.
do. Yeah, we see it. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I got a couple of other things that I've been, working on.
Yeah,
Um and I got that right here on the side, you know, try to be prepared.
yeah, yeah. Nah, you always on point, bro. You know
Yeah.
that.
Like this one for the ladies.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I don't know if you see that one.
Did
Yeah.
Bootsy see that yet?
Not yet. I don't know. I don't think he have. I don't
Right,
even
right.
think I posted that yet. You getting an
Nah,
exclusive.
nah. I haven't seen that. I would have seen it.
And then I got this one going on. Let's see.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then the one I did most recently,
Mm-hmm.
which I finished the other night.
Uh-huh.
I just stuck that in the book. And let me grab it real quick. Let's see here. Here it is.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see from the glare. Hold it.
A
Let me
little
take
bit.
it
Yeah,
out.
yeah. No, no. We saw it. Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, that is the Atomic George.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Atomic George, and there you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
Now that's one of the ones that you have posted, right?
Uh, I think I did.
Yeah, because I
Um,
kind of think that I saw that, but I was like, I didn't know if that was George Clinton's new album cover or what. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow.
well, now if George want to use it, he can.
Yeah, I think he probably will because that's the influence too. That's fire, man. That's definitely fire, man.
Yeah.
What inspires you to continue to push the envelope when it comes to keeping the torch lit for Pedro and those cats?
Man, it's the music and the essence of the funk. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, it's tribal, man. You know,
yeah,
and I'm just the music that I enjoy out of all the musics around. That's the music that I enjoy the most.
yeah,
You know, and like Pedro and Overton and Stozo and them, they do their stuff. I'm right behind them.
yeah. You're right there. It's on the same thing as far as everybody else is concerned. It's all you know, giving people options and choices.
Yeah.
And your forgive me because I'm chewing a cough drop. And your artwork everywhere that it is, and how you're dedicated to it, it's like insane. It's insane, bro. That's all I can tell you. It's really, really capturing the essence of what our culture is about as black men
Yeah.
and women, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just exclusively for that, but this is Black History Month, and we're highlighting some things that you have done
Uh,
in your community, funk community, and around the world. Your stuff is worldwide, so that's awesome, man. So, what made you think about? And again, we're hanging out today, Funk from the Front Seat, Not Underground TV. Our very special guest, returning guest all the time, veteran artist, entertainer, writer, father, grandfather, Mr. George the Funk Vinci is with us by way of Texas. What and smash that like button and subscribe. But what made you go back to your roots and think about Compton?
well, because I hadn't done anything, that pertained to Compton in a while. And it's Black History Month. And I said, you know what? Let me rep my city that I'm
Yeah,
actually from, And then someone from the Compton Insider online on Facebook um hit me up and said, "Hey man, why don't you let people know where you're from?" So I did.
yeah,
You know, I had to do it. And it made me Google myself, man. And I did that. And I I did that. I didn't know I had a big write up in there, man. I was like,
yeah, man. I
whoa.
told you worldwide, bro. We know who you are. Trust me. You
Yeah, it
know.
shocked me, man. I was like, woo, okay, I'm validated, you know.
You was validated when you was 5 years old when you picked up that pencil, bro. Let me tell you, you was validated right then and there.
Mhm.
Because all of this is just manifestation of your genius, and what you do and the music that you hear it, and then you draw the music out, which is boggles my mind because I can't draw a straight line. You know what I'm saying? So, with a ruler,
Oh
no less.
man.
By a ruler, I could draw a straight
Oh,
line, bro. So, how you guys get and see that like that in depth? Woo! That's powerful, man.
yeah, man. Hey, it's definitely a God-given gift.
Yeah,
As being part of God's people, man, hey,
yeah,
it helps.
yeah, exactly. Being spiritual has always been part of the P. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the fact that we're all connected like that, with the music. Forgive me, I'm sorry, I'm just antsy trying to get my seat right. Um, we have that connection, and that's the
Mhm.
beauty about music in general. It speaks to us individually, but also collectively.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, it's tribal. And when we all
Yeah.
at the Funketeers Ball and we all there and we all hitting
Yep.
on the one like that, the earth shakes. And of course, we got it
Exactly.
from P Funk. So we just
Yeah.
do it, continuing the funk, keeping it
It goes
alive,
back
man.
by the way of the drum.
Keeping it alive, man.
Yes.
We got so much turmoil going on right now. We'll get into that in the second half of the show. But I wanted to run something really quick for you to comment on, you know, because Mark pulled up some things And with it being Black History Month, and I always want to highlight women on the show, you know that, I started with Shirley Chisholm because I thought it was important to know that history, you know, not because she was a Black woman, but yes, because she was a Black woman and a woman. And we all know women are the most powerful on the planet. That is like a given. Why we be front like that, I don't know. Because men cannot produce other human beings.
Sure can't. Sure can't.
Can't
they
do
wear
it.
that crown, man. They
Yeah,
got that
man.
crown.
It's like they don't call him Mother Earth for nothing, man. Any man that denies that is not really looking at the real. We need each other, but that's the fact. And I remember Shirley Chisholm because being from New York, you know, and back then you got a little bit of news at 6:30. That was it. But I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is something else. You know, this is 1971. And I think I was like 12, you know, and I was still coming out of the civil rights movement with everybody else in the 60s. So that was important. And that was a great pull by Mark. So I appreciate him for doing that. Let me run that. And then I'm going to run the other thing that I had said that Mark set up, because I want you guys to really lean into this one and hang out with us from the front seat, 9 on the Grind TV. We'll be back with more of George the Funk Vinci. He'll talk more about his art. He's going to tell us a bit about, you know, what's happening with the 85th birthday party. And we're going to ask him some questions about the goings on up in Minneapolis and all across the country. Y'all sit back and check this one out.
Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. It speaks to youth in a language they understand. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It is more powerful than governments in breaking down racial barriers. It laughs in the face of all types of discrimination. The heroes standing with me are examples of this power. They are valiant, not only in the playing field, but also in the community, both local and international. They are champions, and they deserve the world's recognition. Together, they represent an active, vigorous Hall of Fame, a Hall of Fame that goes out into the world, spreading help, inspiration, and hope. Their legacy will be an international community where the rules of the game are the same for everyone, and behavior is guided by fair play and good sportsmanship. I ask you now to rise and join me in commending the original inductees into the World Sports Academy Hall of Fame. Peace is the greatest weapon mankind has to resolve even the most intractable difficulties. But to be an effective agent for peace, you have to seek not only to change the community and the world. What is more difficult is to change yourself before you seek to change others. And it is absolutely essential for the leaders of the community and the world to create an atmosphere where those good men and women can show their maximum abilities in trying to resolve problems in a peaceful manner. And that is why a legend like Pele and all these behind me are our heroes, our hope, because whatever they do in their respective fields, they are promoting peace. These are monarchs. They are queens and kings, not as a result of heredity, but as a result of their personal commitment and efforts. It is one of the most enjoyable moments for me to be able, as a pensioner, to take part in a function of this nature. Thank you.
That's powerful.
Yeah, that was deep.
Your thoughts. Your thoughts.
Man, like Mandela said, you gotta change yourself before we can have any kind of peace in this world, man. Really. Yeah. Because man, peace is the thing that is hard to come by.
Yeah. I'm gonna get Mark's thoughts on this real quick. Mr. Mark Lee, how you doing, Mr. Mark Lee? Hi, brother.
Let me get off mute. I'm doing well. Yeah, part of the reason I created that clip and everything was I watched yesterday the Winter Olympics, and there's actually a sister that's going to be running for speed skating, and it's not a sport that we usually go into, but it looks like she's going to be a champion because she already won a lot of medals already in like world competition and everything like that. She was actually the flag bearer at this year's Olympics in the Winter Games and everything like that. And I want to say she might be from your neck of the woods, like from Texas or something like that, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. I need to check where she's from and everything like that. But I do know that she's a flag bearer. But one of the things that was going on with this year's theme is peace. And they actually used a quote that I know I used to hear Baba Chuck Davis use, which was Ubuntu, which means I am because we are and everything like that. So that's actually the quote that the Olympic chair, who is also from one of the African nations, mentioned and everything like that. And they also talked about this notion of peace in general and everything. So that's when I saw that quote from Nelson Mandela. I was like, I got to give this to Zach since we're doing a Black History Month show and everything like that, because it was just powerful what he was saying. And Charlize Theron, the great actress, actually quoted Nelson Mandela in her speech at the Olympics and the whole notion of peace.
Yeah.
You nailed it, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. For those of you who don't know, Mark Lee, producer extraordinaire, is always the man behind the glass with everything that happens, behind the scenes, technical and stuff like that. So he's been with us now. And believe it or not, and George, you know this because I was looking at notes before when you came on in 22, right? I was looking at notes. That's how long you've been coming on, bro, George. And I went back and looked and I thought about it. I was like, we're going into our 6th year now, which is just like, I never would have thought. Started in COVID 2020. I never imagined 6 years. So thank you for everybody that's been tuning in, supporting us, and all the guests that have been on. But while you're there, Mark, real quick, and then you and George, I wanted to ask you both.
Yeah.
With Malcolm, with Martin, Shirley, obviously, and all of the activists, a lot of people don't know this, and you guys probably do. There were 3 white ladies, and I believe they were Mormon in the early 20s, that was also involved in the civil rights movement. And a lot of people forget that. But they started out, I believe they were daughters of a Mormon minister. And you guys can look that up. If you have a chance, Mark, you check it out. And I'm not exactly sure with the date, but I do know that bit of history. And sometimes I think we just need to not be caught up in the one lane and understand there are many races around the world that are fighting for the same thing. And there are many people that have helped just because they were white or Asian or Puerto Rican or Native American doesn't mean that they weren't included and are included. Your thoughts on that?
Well, just really quickly, one of the greatest murders that was taking place in the civil rights was actually James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and Michael Schwerner, and everything like that. So definitely some of those folks that were murdered during that time were, as you were saying, they were activists. They were white activists that were involved in what was going on in that space and everything like that. Because with a name like Schwerner, he probably was not an African American, and all along those lines. So to your point, there were folks that were in the other societies that were seeing the injustice that was going on and wanted to correct the injustice, sometimes because they had seen similar injustices in their own societies. And we definitely know there were a lot of Jewish supporters of the civil rights movement and other people from other communities. But I'd love to hear George's thoughts also.
Oh yeah, man. As you said, we're not the only ones, going for the same, outcome. You see, and we're just here in the United States. It's looking like it's one sided. You see, but it's really not. And even though the stuff that's going on now out here, it's not happening in these other countries. Not like this, not like out here. You know, and it's a shame, man. I mean, it's a crying out shame, dude. I don't, it's hard to even speak on it.
I know. See, and you as a veteran, and I'm gonna ask you this question on the other side, but you as a veteran, most of all, and veterans out there, men, women of all races, creeds, colors, policemen, firemen, whatever, in that area of service, have to be feeling so completely exhausted behind this bullshit because the rest of us completely are. So, but we're going to come back to that. Mark, I'm going to bring you back a little bit later. I wanted to, give us a few spots and a few shout outs to some very important people. You guys sit back, relax. Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. We're going to be hanging here for at least another hour with George the Funk Da Vinci, and he's going to be telling us some more good stuff and also his thoughts about Minneapolis. Don't forget, smash that like button and please subscribe. Hey, what's up? All my true funk soldiers, club funketeers around the world. This is your host of Funk from the Front Seat, number 9 right here. Come to you from the funk universe that I live in. Check this out, man. Smash that like button for Funk from the Front Seat and please subscribe. We're on every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. West Coast time. Don't forget, man, Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. Smash that like button and please subscribe, man. We need it all to come together. Peace, love, and harmony, y'all.
What up, everybody? This is Kevin from the Kevin Harrington Experiment, and you're watching Funk from the Front Seat with my brother, Zach, Funky number 9 Robertson. If you didn't know, now you know.
It's Peppermint Patty. Hello to everyone, all of our club funketeers all around the world. I want to say this to you. You're watching FFTFS on 9 on the Grind TV every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern to 9 a.m. Pacific. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful show it is. And it's with our club funketeer, who? Zach. On the 9. Zach is the vice president of the Club Funketeers. So we lift him up every day and we thank him for keeping the funk alive. All right, go ahead. Let's do it, number 9. Peppermint Patty.
Hey, it's Chrissy Key Rollins here with Holistic Restoration, inviting you to check out Zach Robertson with Funk in the Front Seat. He drops new episodes every Saturday at noon on the East Coast time, and replays are posted for whenever you miss a live stream. You can find him on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube, and get ready for the funk because he brings it every week along with hot topics, amazing guests, and great conversations. Again, that's Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Go check them out.
Hey, this is Jen Vanderputten, writer of Code and Prose. You are watching Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Roberson. Tune in every Saturday at noon for excellent and important conversation.
Hey fam, what's goody good? What's really good? My name is Jeff Roberson from the gospel group called Jeff Roberson and New Life. And I'm coming to you from the town that we had to name it twice. It's so nice. New York, New York. And I'm bringing you some news about my brother from another mother, Brother Zach, who's bringing you his hot new show called Funk from the Front Seat. Listen, he's bringing you funk from the vault, from the past, from the present, and into the future. He's got that music that makes the hair on the back of your neck rise up. He's bringing you funk all the way down to your toes. This is that funk that makes you really want to groove. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial as he brings you funk from the front seat. Listen, let's go.
Hey, this is Keith Jackson with P-Funk Radio, inviting you to check out my brother Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat. Saturdays, 12 noon on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the West Coast. It all happens on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube. Great guest, great conversation each and every Saturday. That's Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Robinson on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Check him out.
Well, hello there. Just catching up on some old news. Remember the good old days? Hey, it's Cindy K here from C-Town. Giving a shout out to Zach Roberson, a.k.a. Number 9. I check out his show every week, Funk from the Front Seat. It shows at noon on the East Coast and 9 here on the West Coast. And every week, Zach interviews various musicians and actors and artists and even an occasional politician from all across the galaxy. And you can see their thoughts and opinions and the creative process. And it's always insightful and motivational and inspirational. And thank you, Zach, for always staying positive. Every week you spread peace, love, and harmony across our universe. And Zach, I know that you are the VP of Bootsy's Funketeer Club, and I just want to let you know that I always carry my funk card with me, as I know that you do too. Anyhow, I wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Mark Lee, Zach's trusted assistant and friend and producer, and you're always there to make sure everything's running smoothly, because Sir knows, devoid of funk, kind of comes and creeps in out of the darkness and tries to create some interference, and you come to the rescue and you get us back on track. And I always appreciate your spiritual enlightenment and keeping us up to date on current events, because that's really important. I try to do that myself. I'd like to say peace to the world, because right now we need to feed off of peace and not hate. We need to love each other, not because of our likenesses, but because of our differences. And music would be nothing without harmonies. We are all blended voices, and without all the diversity, we wouldn't have P-Funk and all the amazing music. And when everybody comes together, we create one big, beautiful sound. Anyhow, I love you, Zach. It's amazing that you come up with these wonderful shows every week, and you are the shining star child that we know you are, and always spreading peace, love, and harmony to everyone. So check out Funk from the Front Seat every Saturday, 9 on the Grind, noon on the East Coast, and 9 on the West Coast. And the last thing I'd like to say is peace out.
Up, Royal Funk fans, this is Lisa Love, aka Alpha Unk Omega, coming to you from Love's Temple here in Southern California, inviting you to 9 on the Grind, Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Robinson. This is what I want you to do for me. Tune in every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come join the meeting of minds. I guarantee soul's growth and high vibrations, not to mention the love. Keep it funky, y'all.
Big shout out to all the people that support the show. JTRP, P-Funk Radio, Gabe Gonzalez, Robin Circular P, Larry Funkster Jones, Philly Philgit on the Funk Bus, David Webb, and all the other beautiful people that pop in and out of P-Funk Radio. We appreciate you, Sonia Murphy, and all the people that go hard, and, you know, the Nappy Dugout pages and all the stuff that is associated with the funk that we do. Bootsy and Patty, of course. Y'all know how I feel. HJ Entertainment, Kate and Jams, Tony Cam and the Funk All-Stars, Nappy Head Funk Army, Oak City Music Collective down here. And also Nappy Head is getting ready to do some serious work with Sonic Pie. So thank you very much, Tish. And we appreciate that. And we're going to be loving that. Afterglow 92416. Shout out. And I'm going to play a song by Keepers of the Funk dedicated you know, to Boogie Munson. But shout out to Brooke Clagett, My Funk Angel, Patricia Dioria, Aquarius Arising, Art, Curtis Wilcox from George the Funk Da Vinci, who we have here, Dr. Brookenstein, my tech guy up in Philly. Thank you for doing all the hard work for the websites and everything you do, and all the DJs and Funketeers, and most of all of you out there. I just want to give you a big hug because we just love you like that, and we appreciate you. And we're back on the other side with George the Funk Da Vinci Hudson. You know, and now let's just chop it up. Let's just dive right into it. As a veteran, Minneapolis, your thoughts?
Man, something that should never have happened. You know, innocent people getting killed by people who aren't even real police. And you know, these so-called agents, you know, going around unchecked, you know, and just terrorizing. It's basically a fear move to put fear into people's hearts, you know, and this is something that's unprecedented, man. I mean, this alone is a crime by itself. You know, because they don't abide by no laws. You know, just pulling anybody they see that they don't like. You know, and it's a shame, man. Little kids too. You know, and it's that's the worst part. The little kids, man, getting traumatized. You know, as a young age, man. It's sad, man.
You're right, and we're into some serious out front, in your face devil worshiping going on.
Yeah.
You know, people got to really get hip to these award shows and things like that, because there's things going on now that the veil has been lifted. That's why 2020 was so important. People got to understand that happened to free up your chakra and your third eye and your crown chakra so you can see. And now people see. There is no middle ground anymore. You're either in the light or you're not. Anybody that says they play on both sides of the fence, that's BS. They ain't doing that. There's no middle ground. And we see it. You know, people getting their head blown. And it doesn't matter what color they are. Getting their head blown in the middle of the day. It don't matter. It don't matter.
If they don't like you, they gonna get you.
That's right.
You know? Hey, I tell you what, if I was in the military still and got deployed to over there for that, I'm telling my guys to fight the ICE guys. You see them? Let's get them. You know, that's what I'm doing. I'll just go on and take my write-ups.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's around the corner.
Yeah.
Because you know, as I know, as a human being, and everybody out there knows that I'm telling the truth. And y'all can type in the comments if you like what your thoughts are, and I respect them all. But when the weather gets warm, whatever it is out there, good or bad, gets escalated. Concerts get escalated, music, events, and the darkness waits for portals like those things to creep in. And that's very sad. And we have to continue to fight like some of these amazing people we're going to watch on these videos, because they laid that foundation for us. Now it's our time to fight. You and I, we should be out of the fight at our age. But now we got to go back in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I did this in the 70s with you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now I'm retired. I'm like, okay, youngins, go ahead.
Yeah.
But they can't do it themselves. They're gonna need us.
They're gonna need us.
Now we gotta lace them up.
Yeah, hey, got to. You see, hey, look, not taking away from the Minnesota thing, but you see what happened when they tried to go to Compton and go in there?
Yeah. They wasn't having it.
Wrong place to go. you know?
They know where to go and who to mess with.
They tried.
Yeah.
They
So
tried.
there's brothers and sisters out now walking with AKs, the Black Panthers. They ain't playing around.
They ain't playing.
So yeah, you're right. They know who to mess with and who not.
Yeah.
I ain't seen them go up in Harlem and mess with the Latin Kings either. They're my friends, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
I know. They're my boys. I ain't
do
seen that either.
Man, it was a major shootout, and a couple of them got shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was a test to see if they can go in there. And they recognized they can't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They know. And you know, it's sad because this all comes from the top.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Stems from the top. Mark, jump in. I want your thoughts on this, bro.
No problem. Glad to jump in and everything like that. But yeah, this from the top. Anytime you got people that are sending out memes and trying to create people as apes, that's all to tell you where his mindset is and all along those lines. But he did that recently, and it definitely shows that his mindset is warped. And that's all I can say is it's a warped mindset in that sense. And folks need to recognize that he's got some serious narcissistic attitudes and all along those lines. So he's got some serious issues going on in that space. By the way, George, she's not from your red state because we know Texas is a red state. She's actually from Florida, but now she lives in Utah because you got to go someplace where the snow or the ice is if you're going to be a speed skater and all along those lines. So now she lives in Utah. But it was great seeing her family support her on yesterday when they were showing the clips like they will do in some of these events of family members. So they were there absorbing her moment of fame and everything like that. So that was fun.
Yeah, I watched her. It was something to see.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, as we think about the Olympics, remember as a kid, and this applies to everybody, I'm sure, it didn't matter what kind of struggles we were going through because we were going through tension in the 60s, 50s, whatever. But remember, the Olympics always brought the United States together.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching Ali. Those of you might not be remember that. I'm old enough to remember that. They would talk about this loudmouth Cassius Clay guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Winning at the Olympics. Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yep.
Winning at the Olympics. The brothers that put their fist up, you know, and lost their title at the Olympics. And it changed somehow to where people don't see and I don't want to use the word patriotism because I'm not really sure that's the right word. I just want to say togetherness. You know, I remember my block, white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian, Chinese, all rooting for America.
Right. And that's what it was all about on the.
It wasn't like they were rooting for. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say that's what Nelson Mandela was saying, just the power of sports. Like you oftentimes talk about the power of music, whether it's the music that you are definitely a big fan of, as is George, funk music, or whether it's something that I like blues and jazz. But it's the power of music, the power of art, the power of sports to unify people and all along those lines. So definitely I agree with you that it's all about that notion of us finding a common ground, and that common ground can be something as simple as we're all rooting for the same team and everything. You're from New York, Zach, and everything, and I'm not the biggest fan of this sport, even though there are some blacks that play this sport and everything along those lines. But I remember cheering on the American team when they won in Lake Placid and everything like that because they were the underdogs. They were going up against Russia, and nobody expected them to win. And everybody
the underdogs, right?
The entire country was rooting for them because they were the underdogs in that particular contest, and everybody was enjoying that underdog story. Just like I know a lot of people remember.
And there wasn't a black person on the team, but we were still rooting for them. Like crazy, we rooted for them.
There's mostly white
Good
players,
point.
including Lindsey Vonn, who's going to try to make a comeback in skiing and everything. But a lot of people remember the movie Cool Running, I believe it was called, but that was about the Jamaican bobsled team, and Jamaica's
Yeah,
got
that was
another
funny.
bobsled team.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there are certain things
And
that we're accepted for, and then there's certain things that we're not. You know, when the powers that be want like us for a certain instance, oh yeah, hey, how you doing, man? Come on in.
Yep.
And when we're not accepted, oh, we got to get back. We got to get out the way.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
and that also comes with the economic status of not being equally compensated for those things. Because when those brothers did the fist in '68, they got blackballed.
Yep.
Couldn't get no endorsements, couldn't run 4 years later, and all they was doing is standing up for the Vietnam War and what was happening in this country, what was happening down south, and people like that. Mark, see if you can find those ladies that I was talking about, those
I was
three
trying to
Mormon
find
ladies,
them,
while
and
we run this
I'm
next
still
thing.
looking for them. I'm still researching them. Just really
No
quickly.
worries. You mentioned you had Kerry Washington. I like her. Right?
Yeah, it's Kerry
And again,
Washington
this is Black
performing the
History
music
Month.
of
Funk from the
Sojourner
front
Truth.
seat. Yeah, but I was explaining we're going to be doing this all month, so this is just the first of 3 more shows that we're going to highlight certain people. But yeah, I'm going to run that. You guys sit back, relax. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button. And you guys check this out. Our guest today, George the Funk Vinci. He's a veteran. He's an artist. He's a musician. He's an entertainer. He's a father. He's a grandfather. He's a funketeer. And that's just the beginning. So y'all check this out.
Here, the black abolitionist Sojourner Truth, who was herself freed from slavery in 1827, speaks to a gathering of feminists in Akron, Ohio in 1851.
Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and the women at the North, all talking about rights, the white man will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages, lifted over ditches, and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages, or over mud puddles, or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Then they talk about this thing in the head. What's this they call it? Intellect. That's right, honey. Well, what's that got to do with women's rights or Negroes' rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then that little man there in the black, he says women can't have much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Well, where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they's asking to do it. The men better let them.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff. Powerful, very powerful, man. Yeah, that's deep. Your thoughts, George?
Man, she said a mouthful, dude. I mean, yeah. Where is your Christ from? Woo.
Yeah, right.
she was
right.
she was in there cooking, boy.
Yeah. She definitely and it only took 3 minutes. She cooked
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
She cooked them. Mic
And
drop.
explain. Yeah, there you go. Drop the mic. Kick the stand down too.
Drop the mic and kick the stand down.
Your thoughts, Mark?
No, that's just powerful. Like you oftentimes say, women are at the heart of a lot of things that go on in the world, and many of the great men of the world that we know had women behind them and everything like that. Whether it was somebody, if we want to go way back in time to Frederick Douglass or Marcus Garvey or Booker T. Washington, or of course Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, because we all know about Betty Shabazz and Coretta Scott King and everything like that. So even the ones that we give credit to for the great work that they've done, they had women supporting them, even sometimes running the organizations. I'm thinking about like the Black Panthers and what Tupac Shakur's family members did in that, as well as Angela Davis and others. So a lot of times there were women that were at the core of the struggle, even here in Durham, and some of the things that were going on in our civil rights struggle, and people like Ann Atwater and everything like that.
And
so,
they all came from a woman. They were birthed by a woman.
Exactly.
Imagine this.
They all came out the womb.
If all the women on this planet disappeared, the human race would die out within sometimes real close, like a couple of hundred,
I would say
maybe 100 years.
About 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would give it 10.
Yeah.
Would you give it 10? Because
men would kill each other.
not just would men kill each other, but a lot of men would take themselves out as well, because a lot of us enjoy the company of women. We enjoy being around women. And if those women were not around, there are a lot of men that would be like, I don't want to be on this planet, and they would take themselves out and everything.
Exactly.
Like
I'm out. I'm out.
They would be out.
Yeah.
I joke with Tony Cam because he mentioned something, and I don't know, it's a saying, and y'all know I'm not religious, but something about like-minded yoke. But I was joking with him even last night. I said, yo, man, we yoked up. You got to find a woman to get yoked up. You know what I'm saying? It said something like that. If David Brooks were here, he would have the quote. He would put it up there. But you got to get yoked up, man. Yeah, it's so cool to sit and chat with you, George, and have Mark join us, because we needed this conversation as Black men. And I want to remind every Black man out there, please, please, please get your prostate checked. Go for your regular colonoscopies. This week, little over this week, was 2 years ago that I had stage 3 and was diagnosed, and I'm still here because of a lot of the doctors and everything. So kudos, shout out to Duke University. Thank you, appreciate that. But if y'all out there watching, man, men, don't be afraid. Go get your checkup. We at that age now. There's nothing embarrassing about it. It's a simple blood test. Prick. They find out. They look at your PSA number, and then you go from there. Don't wait until the last minute. Too many of us, too many artists, musicians that I know have transitioned out the natural way. And, my dog, Terry, we love you, bro. My nephew, Pat, I love you. They fought that good fight. But a lot of men can keep that from happening. So that's my little
you don't even have to go
public
to
service announcement for cancer.
Yeah, speaking of public service announcements, you don't even have to go to the hospital, because, one thing that you can do is you can go to some of these food drives and everything like that. And I noticed that here in Durham, there was a mobile health clinic that was going there. It was actually at Kyrie Temple that me and my aunt went and grabbed some food at and everything along those lines. But it's in all the places in the country and everything like that. So they had the mobile van that was there, so you could get your COVID test, you could get your blood test, you could get a number of other tests as well. So if you don't have a hospital near you, there may be some mobile units that can come near you, or that might be near you at an event or something like that as well. So I just wanted to share that part of it, that there might be things that you can look up that you can find if you're not in an area, if you have access to either a hospital or a clinic like Lincoln or something like that. So there are other ways that you can get tested, because those medical professionals will come to you as well. It's just
Yeah,
really.
that is true.
I'm
You
just going to
know
tell you that there
what
were
you
a couple
say?
of athletes that are competing that are from the African nation. So I just was gonna, now hopefully I don't butcher their names, but Akwasi Frimpong is a Ghanaian athlete competing in the skeleton, which is an Olympic event this next couple of weeks. And there is Stevenson Savard, a Haitian athlete who is set to make history in cross country skiing at this year's Winter Olympics there in Italy. So this is a gentleman from Haiti.
That's
We
what's
hear all the
up.
bad stuff about Haiti, but he's doing something
That's what's up.
positive.
And now getting back to circling back to Black History Month, I think that history is every day. And again,
Yeah.
I'm glad that, because when I was a kid, there was no such thing as that. Martin Luther King's Day wasn't a holiday. All of this stuff just wasn't there, right? So I've seen the change. Now, it may not be to some people's speed, liking, or whatever, but I have actually seen it. So we're living proof, all of us on this panel at our age that have seen things. The rapid change is not where it should be. The growth is not where it should be. Economics, of course, not. But the fact that we can sit here and talk about this um, is a step in the spiritual journey that we're all taking on this planet, and everybody just needs to just breathe with that. And like I said, I'm going to do a whole separate show on this, but I did get a chance to hang out with the monks and walk with them in Silas City. So I'm going to do something once they actually go to DC and finish their thing. I got pictures and video that I'm going to share on a future show.
And that might be
We're hanging
next
out
week
today with
because
George the Funk Da Vinci, artist extraordinaire. And George, I wanted to ask you, um, today's music, does it reflect the times? Do you believe, and this is food for the soul, and Mark, I'll bring you back a little bit, the food for the soul, um, with this music that today's youth is putting out, and all of the rhetoric and the violence and the nonsense, right? Some of it goes overboard. As an artist, would you agree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. And with today, now the music is starting to come back around full circle. You see,
Yeah,
a lot of the newer artists nowadays are kind of slowing down on that nonsense rap, and they're going back to the storytelling, and it's coming back down to the where I would say they're using more R&B ish and funk music to tell their stories with, because yeah, it's still at a level to where it's not quite there, but it's getting there. It's
yeah,
coming back.
yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because we do have to mention all the positive artists out there. And
Yeah.
again, I'm the first one to say I love Eminem, I love Pac. So their music and certain rappers, when they're hitting it like that and spitting it like that, it's just what it is. It moves you in a certain way, just like
Mhm.
Funkadelic. So as an artist yourself and you're a musician, do you feel a lot of young artists are recognizing or even care about Black History Month?
Now they're starting to get there.
Okay, you
You
feel that way?
know,
Yeah,
yeah, they're starting to. At first it was not even in their heads.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. It seems that way. And I think sometimes it's regional, and because I was watching documentaries on some of the worst gang places in America, white and black, and
Mhm.
Asian, and Latino and Mexican, and some of the places that they were there, you could see they call it jumping off the porch at 10 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old. When you jump off the porch, you in the street. You can see they
Mhm.
didn't think about none of that.
Yeah.
Didn't care.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a thought. It was like, I gotta survive. I hope I don't get
It
killed today.
we're waking up. People are waking up nowadays to the violence and stuff that's being put on us and everything now, and that's what's helping slowing stuff down. See that ice stuff, it has an adverse effect that I don't think the power that be wanted us to have this to wake up. You see,
I agree.
and
I agree. I
that's what
think
it
it had
is.
I think it had a limited shelf life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, people got to get killed, maimed. Some we'll never see again. We don't know where they are. Some
Hmm.
they'll do whatever with, eat, like make them into slaves, put them in the Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know what they're gonna do, but
Hmm.
that's just that. Like you said, it was a wake up call and a distraction, mind
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
from the Epstein stuff,
Hmm.
the
Yep.
pedophile stuff, the
Yep.
extra level of devil worship stuff, you
Yeah.
know. But right now, man, I don't like to use the word devil because I don't believe in all that. The dark evil stuff is, it
Yeah.
ain't no man with a pitchfork and a tail. It's just human
Right.
beings. These are human beings. These are byproducts of whatever hybrids you want to talk about, however you see it. But that's what they are. And the Wamanati, as my friend would say, you know, they have a different mindset about it. You know what I'm saying? They have a
Hmm.
different mindset about it. So, um, I think that hopefully everybody will just see like we can't vote for people who vote for this stuff. Plain
Yeah.
and simple. Just
Yeah.
that's the best way to do it. Boom, boom, boom. Because he's trying to make it so the elections don't even happen. You know,
Right. Yep.
because yeah. So keep an eye out for this because a lot of states are flipping or whatever, and it's always about that money. This dude done grifted everything. You know, and I have to be careful what I say because YouTube will dock me, whatever. But sometimes I just don't care. But I'm gonna get to a few of these comments because I know some people are watching, and I definitely want to comment. Cindy says, "Wake up! They say they are trying to make our country safe, but they aren't going after true criminals. Powerful, rich white men." I'm sorry, Cindy. I got to put that up on the screen. Powerful, rich white men who steal our money and rape our women and girls. That's right. They are the criminals and aren't fooling any of us. And she's absolutely
Yep.
right. So kudos
Yep.
to you, Cindy. Thank you. Because it's facts. It's facts. Like this is what's happening. You can't hide this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
Mm.
Um, oh, hello. Hold on. Hi, how are you? All this time I couldn't text from my computer. I had to get it from my phone. That's okay. You here, we got you. And you can go back and watch this show as much as you want because we got all our reruns. And that's my friend that I met up in DC. I'm sure, what I do TV. Yeah, shaking your head. I don't blame you because, you're absolutely right. We have attended, but tied down with events. Okay, cool. That's okay. I'll put this comment up anyway because sometimes I can't see with these crappy glasses I got because my other one's broke. So I'm wearing my backups to the backups. That's okay. Don't worry because, like I said, thank you. I appreciate you, and you could come on. I'm gonna have you on, and we're gonna chat. It was so nice to meet you because you're very much, in our circle. With that love and peace and harmony thing, and I felt that the day that we met at the show. So I appreciate that, and we want you to come back and. Oh, this is Panthers. April. Okay, I'm sorry. Hi,
Hey.
April. Yeah, I didn't know. I couldn't see.
Hey,
Hi, how are
man.
you? So yeah, I already know you, but come back anytime. But you changed your handle. See, I didn't. That's how you got me. You did the cloaking device on me. So I'm glad you let me know who that was. I thought you was somebody else I met up in Baltimore. Yes, that's cool. And I definitely want to have you on the show. And believe me, we value your opinion because again, your Black history yourself and what you do. But getting back to this comment, and I'm going to leave this one up for a second. Hold on. This comment pretty much speaks for itself. And if sometimes you just shake your head, I'm shaking mine at
Yeah.
68 years old. I'll be 68 in 2 months. So I'm shaking mine like, man, can we
Yeah.
please? Can we just please? It's almost like we play football and they say the NFL is fixed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's fixed,
It is fixed.
It's crazy. I'm going to show something else because, again, Black History Month, Funk from the Front Seat, we're highlighting certain things that my producer, Mr. Mark Lee, pulled up and that I pulled up. I asked him to pull up certain things. And, of course, this one is the what you would say the coup de grace, because, obviously, Martin Luther King. Sit back, George Funk Vinci, sit back, relax, and, we're going to continue this journey in the front seat. You're hanging with us. Thank you, and we appreciate you guys.
My friends, a nation does not fall when it is attacked from the outside. It falls when it forgets what it owes to one another. History teaches us that civilizations do not collapse in moments of noise, but in seasons of moral drift, when conscience grows tired, when truth becomes negotiable, and when fear is allowed to speak louder than wisdom. I come before you not to condemn America, but to call her back. There was a time, not perfect but principled, when disagreement did not require hatred, when difference did not demand distance, and when strength was measured not by dominance, but by restraint. We once believed that character outweighed color, that faith could coexist without fear, that liberty was incomplete unless it belonged to all. Our debates were sharp, but our bonds were sharper. But somewhere along the road, we began to confuse suspicion for wisdom and loudness for leadership. We were taught subtly, patiently, to look at our neighbors not as fellow citizens, but as potential threats. Fear was introduced not as a warning, but as a habit. And fear, when repeated often enough, begins to sound like truth. I must speak plainly, but not recklessly. A nation in moral decline is easily persuaded that its suffering has a human face. When jobs vanish, when dignity erodes, when meaning grows thin, the easiest answer is not reform, it is blame. And so strangers become suspects, differences become dangers, faith becomes a fault line, skin becomes a symbol. History has seen this strategy before. It is not new, it is not brave, and it has never ended well. There are those who understand that a divided people are easier to manage than a united one. If you can keep citizens arguing horizontally, they will never question what looms above them. If you can convince a poor man that his enemy is another poor man with a different prayer or pigment, you have already won, not through violence, but through distraction. If this moral erosion continues, we will wake one day to a nation where neighbors share walls but not trust, where children inherit fears they never chose, and where conscience is replaced by allegiance. A nation may survive such a moment, but it will no longer recognize itself. True leadership does not inflame the crowd, it educates it. It does not exploit fear, it exposes it. It does not ask who we should hate, but who we have failed to understand. The measure of a nation's greatness is not how loudly it defends itself, but how faithfully it defends human dignity. I am not afraid of disagreement. I am afraid of dehumanization. I am not alarmed by diversity. I am alarmed by deliberate division. America still stands at a crossroads. One path paved with fear, the other with moral courage. The future will not ask what we posted, what we shouted, or what we feared. It will ask only this: when unity was hardest, did we choose it anyway?
You know what? That speaks to now.
Yep.
A
That was
nation
totally perfect.
divided and people divided. George, your thoughts on that?
Man, it's like you said, it speaks to now. All he said that way back then. And here it is today, like he's Nostradamus. Okay? Just spoke it. And here it is. And we're still in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark, your thoughts real quick.
No, same thing. We're still in it. And I would just say that my one quick thought was that I wish I had a way that to get him to listen, not to just hear it, but to actually listen and understand what he's listening to, that the people in the White House could hear that speech right now. So I think we should send a clip to the White House because that's a speech that they need to hear on this day.
I think anybody that is not really understanding the dark energy out here that's struggling to get to the light and can't. I think anybody should go back and look at the world history because Mandela, obviously, he's on the other side of the world. He still had the same message. You know, Gandhi, Buddha, Jesus, they all had this same message. You know, Cindy makes a great point. In times of turmoil, the downtrodden have always used music to express our grievances or to sing joyfully, to erase our sorrows, to ease our sorrows. I'm sorry, but my specs are just out, so forgive me if I'm not reading correctly. And plus, I'm really really tired. They are trying to take away our freedom, but they can't take away our soul. And she's actually right. They're trying to shoot the mockingbirds, but they can't kill the song. And that's very well said. Thank you, Cindy. Because music, art, and the people that surround it, they will always, 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 always have a voice. Even if they try to silence it, they'll have a voice. What's up, Dr. Brookenstein? Thank you, Cindy. That was amazing, man. That's dope. How are you, Dr. Brookenstein? Thank you for tuning in. Love you, man. Yes. Hello to us and the man who scratches behind the glass, Mark. Dr. P says hello.
Zach, I'll keep this short as well, but music is so universal that if no matter what they're singing, that it's understood the power of the music. Because one of the things that I saw recently, I mean, a lot of people are up in arms because Bad Bunny on the Super Bowl is going to be singing in Spanish and everything like that. But Mariah Carey sang in Italian because she was in Italy, and even there was an Italian opera singer that sang all in Italian, but you could understand the power of the music. Just like with your funk music, there are people that are listening to this music that are from Japan, they're from Sweden, they're from a number of other places that they don't know what the lyrics are, but they know what the beat is and they know what the power of the one is and everything like that. So they understand the nature of the music, even if they don't understand the lyrics of the music.
You know what? What really tripped me out when I first went to Germany back in the early 80s, they love our music. So when they got to playing some parliament, you're hearing people that speak nothing but German sing the song and sing it in English. Because they love the funk. They love music. It's music. The song that they like, they can sing it.
Yep. And that speaks to the power of vibrations, because we all know music is a vibration. Everything about this planet is about vibrating higher or lower. And those that vibrate on a higher level and continue to level up and vibrate even higher, some of us are able to reach those channels. You with your art, Mark with what he does with his shows, you know, what we're doing here, and all the people that's watching, all these beautiful comments. And thank you guys for appreciating, and I appreciate everybody out there. And if you notice, this show is universal. We got all kinds of people on talking, looking, and understanding what we're saying. It's not about race. It never has been. It's just not about that. And we got to stop thinking like that. We got to stop. We have to stop thinking like that. I don't know no other way to put it. We have to look out for each other, but we got to level up again. I know it's hard. It's difficult. We've been beat down, downtrodden. Women being abused, beat down, downtrodden. Races and Native Americans, whatever, gay, straight, LGBTQ, you know, but we got to still push up against that because, like Martin Luther King said, that's what they want. They want us to stay divided.
Yeah, and I can't remember whether it was the Olympic chair or Charlize Theron, but it was one of them made the comment that we've got to get past the social markers and everything like that. So it was this whole notion of it doesn't matter what your race is, what your creed is, what your religion is, what your orientation is, or any of these things, but we've got to get past these social markers and understand that we are one human race and everything like that. So she called them social markers, and that's very much what people are caught up in is the division and the dividing factors.
You know, the only
I tell people this all the time. Oh, go ahead, George.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to say there's one TV show that I see that I be watching all the time that depicts one human race, and that's Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
way ahead of his time.
Way ahead of his time.
Way ahead of his time. And people might not know the story, but the black lady that was on there, Lieutenant Uhura, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. That's her name.
Yes.
She was going to leave, right? And Martin Luther King told her not to.
Yeah.
Because Martin Luther King said, "You're the first black person in space, so you got to stay on that show." Because she didn't like it. So she wanted to leave after the second year. He said, "No, you can't do that. You got to stay there." You know, but you're right. That is true.
Nichelle Nichols.
I think that. Nichols. Yeah, Mark, you had two other visits out here. We're going to get to them all. We got about like 20 minutes left. But I want to give George any final thoughts that he may have early
and everything like that. We've been talking about AI, and AI was actually invented by a brother.
Well, I'll get to it, but I wanted to ask him one more question before I show Malcolm X. Do you think if Martin Luther King and Malcolm X were still alive today, right, or around, even though their energy is and their spirit, do you think they would be able to get this country fixed?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, because one of the two will be the president. One of the two would be the president. If one be the president, then I guarantee probably the next term, the other one will be the president. And it would definitely fix it. You know, yeah, because they're strong.
Agreed.
Yeah. How about you, Mark?
No, I think that they definitely would have been able to fix a lot of these problems. I mean, even coming back to Malcolm.
I don't know if he's on mute.
No, am I on mute? I can hear me. You can't hear me, George?
I hear you.
No, you're good.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I can. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I think Malcolm X would definitely be able to reach even our youth and everything like that. Because I mean, we even got people wearing his shirts and not even understanding what he was about. So I think that he would definitely be able to reach our youth. But I also think Martin Luther King would be able to reach our youth as well. So I think that they would be able to cross the divide of age and everything like that. So I think that they would definitely be able to solve a lot of the problems that we've got. And I think that they were working toward the end of their lives on actually coming closer to alignment in terms of their viewpoints and everything like that. So I think that at their death, they were actually closer aligned than people think
they were. Mm-hmm. Malcolm was definitely understanding after he made his pilgrimage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made his pilgrimage. He was understanding. When do you think we'll see the first woman president, George?
That's a good That's a good question because
When do you think we'll see the first woman president?
I think it could happen next term. It could. But I think it'll be maybe 2 terms after. Yeah, because I think Jasmine Crockett got a good hand on it.
Right.
You see, I think she can get there.
I was going to mention her. She's from your neck of the woods.
Yeah. Yep. If not her,
yeah, she's gifted. She's gifted.
If not,
you know who else I like? I like.
Oh, go ahead.
No. I think you getting this delayed thing happening now, but it's cool. I like the lady from Michigan also because she stood up to tyranny on the steps. They tried to kill her. They tried to break into a house. That lady got what cojones. She's tough. She was a veteran or something. I don't know, but I like her as well. But women, don't forget, we got your back. Some of us men, so we're going to keep trying to lift you up. I'm going to show this last clip. We'll try to get to them both. Again, Funk from the Front Seat, Not Underground TV. Thank you for tuning in. Love all you guys out there. And then I'm going to get to these 2 comments. We have a lot of comments today, so I want to make sure I get them all in. Dr. Brookenstein, of course, we are one nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. That's right. And that's how we should see it. We are all one nation. That's what makes the funk such a beautiful thing, yeah. But this one is of course my guy Malcolm, and I was always more Malcolm than Martin, although I was raised in the house where my dad was more Martin than Malcolm, but he gave us the freedom to choose. And me and my sister both, she chose King, I chose Malcolm, but it wasn't a choice of like, one against the other. It was just like whoever resonated with us, So y'all check this out.
We end today's show with Malcolm X in his own words, speaking in 1964.
One of the first things that the independent African nations did was to form an organization called the Organization.
We end today's show with Malcolm X in his own words, speaking in 1964.
One of the first things that the independent African nations did was to form an organization called the Organization of African Unity. The purpose of our organization of Afro-American Unity, which has the same aim and objective, to fight whoever gets in our way. To bring about the complete independence of people of African descent here in the Western Hemisphere, and first here in the United States, and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary. That's our motto. The purpose of our organization is to start right here in Harlem, which has the largest concentration of people of African descent that exists anywhere on this earth. There are more Africans here in Harlem than exist in any city on the African continent, because that's what you and I are, Africans. The Charter of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights are the principles in which we believe, and that these documents, if put into practice, represent the essence of mankind's hopes and good intentions, desirous that all Afro-American people and organizations should henceforth unite so that the welfare and well-being of our people will be assured. We are resolved to reinforce the common bond of purpose between our people by submerging all of our differences and establishing non-sectarian constructive programs for human rights. We hereby present this charter. Number one, the establishment. The Organization of Afro-American Unity shall include all people of African descent in the Western Hemisphere. In essence, what it is saying, instead of you and me running around here seeking allies in our struggle for freedom, in the Irish neighborhood or the Jewish neighborhood or the Italian neighborhood. We need to seek some allies among people who look something like we do. And once we get their allies, it's time out for you and me to stop running away from the wolf right into the arms of the fox, looking for some kind of help. That's a drag. Number two, self-defense. Since self-preservation is the first law of nature, we assert the Afro-American's right to self-defense. The Constitution of the United States of America clearly affirms the right of every American citizen to bear arms. And as Americans, we will not give up a single right guaranteed under the Constitution. The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared to defend ourselves, or we will continue to be a defenseless people at the mercy of a ruthless and violent racist mob.
Malcolm X, speaking in 1964. He was born 98 years ago today, on May 19th, 1925. Go to democracynow.org to see the full event with Dr. Angela Davis, Ben Crump, Malcolm X's daughter, Ilyasa Shabazz, and many others at the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Memorial and Educational Center, the site of the Audubon Ballroom in New York City, where Malcolm X was gunned down February 21st, 1965. And that does it for our show. A very happy birthday to Samin Farkandeh, Eli Putnam, and Tamery Astudio. I'm Amy Goodman. Thanks for joining us.
Then, because he saw the injustice that was happening, so he was going hard. Your thoughts on that, real quick, George?
Man, it's self-explanatory, man. He this, like I said before on Martin Luther, the stuff that he's saying now, we're in it. We're right there at it. And I'll tell you the truth. I think the whole Constitution should be rewrote, because we're living in the Constitution from the 1700s, 1800s. We're in 2026, living off of something that was way back in the 1700s.
Yeah, it is. David Brooks is funny. He's keeping it light. He said, "Yeah, we have the right to bear arms and feet." You're right. We do.
Exactly. Exactly.
I like that, Brooks. That's dope.
Yeah.
But as we have grown to see what the movements have been about and where they have taken us, I just pray that, to the universe, that everybody can understand and think outside the box and not take sides, because that's where we have our issues. Even within our own race, taking sides. In the white race, people taking sides. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In the Asian race, sides. Puerto Rican, Latin, Mexican, sides. So everybody needs to stop doing that and realize we're the table. They're on our back. So if we stand up, the table collapses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we got to do. I got one more quick one. You've been a great guest today, George, and I'm going to give you the full screen for a minute, and then I'm going to close with something that people probably maybe have seen or have not, but I'll keep it light with that. But we appreciate everybody that's been commenting. Cindy K. Lane, Dr. Brooks, April Panther. Sorry, I got on my good glasses now. So, and everybody else that's watching, tuning in from around the world, go back and watch it. We're going to run the show tonight, tomorrow, whatever. Black History Month. This is our first of 3 weeks of celebrating gentlemen like George, veterans, artists, musicians, fathers, grandfathers. Thank you, man. You're amazing at what you do. So you guys check this out. And then I'll bring Mark back in at the end. This is about 4 minutes long, but these things are necessary.
In 1875, the nation passed a civil rights bill and refused to enforce it. In 1964, the nation passed a weaker civil rights bill, and even to this day, that bill has not been totally enforced in all of its dimensions. The nation heralded a new day of concern for the poor, for the poverty-stricken, for the disadvantaged, and brought into being a poverty bill. But at the same time, it put such little money into the program that it was hardly and still remains hardly a good skirmish against poverty. White politicians in suburbs talk eloquently against open housing, and in the same breath contend that they are not racist. Now all of this and all of these things tell us that America has been backlashing on the whole question of basic constitutional and God-given rights for Negroes and other disadvantaged groups for more than 300 years. So these conditions, persistence of widespread poverty, of slums, and of tragic conditions in schools and other areas of life, all of these things have brought about a great deal of despair and a great deal of desperation, a great deal of disappointment and even bitterness in the Negro communities. Today, all of our cities confront huge problems. All of our cities are potentially powder kegs as a result of the continued existence of these conditions. Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. Let me say, as I've always said, and I will always continue to say, that riots are socially destructive and self-defeating. I'm still convinced that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to oppress people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I feel that violence will only create more social problems than they will solve. That in a real sense it is impractical for the Negro to even think of mounting a violent revolution in the United States. So I will continue to condemn riots and continue to say to my brothers and sisters that this is not the way. Continue to affirm that there is another way. But at the same time, it is as necessary for me to be as vigorous in condemning the conditions which cause persons to feel that they must engage in riotous activities as it is for me to condemn riots. I think America must see that riots do not develop out of thin air. Certain conditions continue to exist in our society, which must be condemned as vigorously as we condemn riots. But in the final analysis, a riot is the language of the unheard. What is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear that the plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last few years. It has failed to hear that the promises of freedom and justice have not been met. And it has failed to hear that large segments of white society are more concerned about tranquility and the status quo than about justice, equality, and humanity. And so in a real sense, our nation's summers of riots are caused by our nation's winters of delay. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
that's very important that he said that, again, being a prophet and seeing what's happening now. Your thoughts real quick, George.
Can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. I was gonna say Sir Nose is definitely messing with everything. But that's what's important because he was a prophet and he actually was talking about then and now at the same time. Your thoughts?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you hit it right on the head, man. Hey, then and now. A lot of stuff, man. I mean, it's hard to explain, man. I mean, you can see it every day on TV. You
Yeah.
know, what's not AI generated. You know, I mean, you can take with a grain of salt. I mean,
I know, right?
yeah. Hey.
AI is doing some things out there, ain't it?
Oh man, yeah, it's hard to tell what's real nowadays.
Yo, man, I'm gonna give you the full screen and I want you to blast at it, man, because we got about like 5 minutes left and I gotta run this last video. I gotta be under the 2 o'clock mark so I can cut this
Okay.
up into shorts. But I'm gonna remove myself and we're hanging out with George the Funk Vinci. He's been our guest today. I'm glad I made it through the show because I am dead dog beat tired. So I'm taking a nap after this. Tony Cam, you kept me up. It's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, George, and
Yeah, hey, I just want to tell everybody out there to, keep your head up, like Tupac said, and stay awake. Stay awake, and for those who need to wake up, man, because this is unreal. The stuff that's happening now should never have taken place. If F around and find out what was a country, this is the country that's effing around and finding out. Don't let racism drive your personality. Everybody we're one human race. You know, and that being said, I mean, we should all be sticking together and not being separate. Because this is the day and time where, hey, hey, we need to pull it together, because if we don't, that this can something like racism can just end everything. And the only thing that'll be left on this planet is the trees, the mountains, the sea, other animals. Don't let the human race end because of color, and hatred. That's just something that we don't need, as a people. You know, it's just bad, and man, I'll tell you that it hurts my heart to see, man, to be living on this planet, to see stuff like this happening, you know, and hopefully when hey, everybody's time is done, we go to the other planes of existence. There'll be none of that, none of the racism that we're all experiencing right now. Everybody in this on this world on this planet got PTSD from this. Okay, so hopefully, we can get it together, get all the evilness out of our governments and stuff like that, and pull up together as one human race, and let's follow what we what we're supposed to be doing. The kingdom of heaven is within, they say, and God is watching, and hey, something's got to give. Okay, and for all my fellow Aquarians out there, hey, let's happy birthday to us. Okay, it's our month. It's Black History Month, and happy Black History Month to everybody.
thank you, George. Yo, you've been an amazing guest as always. Everybody out there, please follow this brother. He's on the bottom. His scroll is on the bottom, and you can find his artwork and everything else. Mark, thank you for the great production today and everybody that tuned in. We're going to end with this peace, love, and harmony. And this is my little contribution to Black History Month. So y'all check this vid out. I'll see y'all next week, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Smash that like button. Please subscribe. I'm glad I made it through. Tony last night was amazing. And everybody out there, I love you guys. And y'all sit back and relax. I will see you guys next week right here. Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. Peace.
Citizens of Earth, I am here to let you know, since you have no regard for each other and your planet, you have destroyed the atmosphere, the rivers, the lakes. You have destroyed the land. And now you have turned on each other. I am here to tell you, the time is now for peace and love. So, what we must do is re-educate everyone. Pay attention. There will be a test. What you gonna do with the green? It's coming, y'all, it's coming. What you gonna do with the green? It's coming, y'all, it's coming. What you gonna do with the green? Algorithms in your head. What you gonna do with the green? Remember what I said.
Let me tell you a simple story. The news came out today. Anarchy and chaos is destined on the way. The lesser of two evils with the illusion of choice. Brainwashing our minds. Pretend you never had a voice. What? Say it. What? Say it. What you gonna do when AI comes for you? Funk 'em. Check this out, bro. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no GPS around. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no GPS around. Bring it up. Every time I say, I wanna drop some truth and knowledge from the school of hard knocks, y'all, and the campus of the New York City Street College. We're all the same energy, trying to sync up our Earth's energy. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no GPS around. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no GPS around. Break it up. We are programmed every day. We have lost our spiritual way. Slavery to the grid. Slips in silence, it comes ahead. Blinded by technology, got my earpods in, don't bother me. The grid, I've been looking at poverty. Stealing from the poor is all I see. Schizo cryptocurrency, draining real cash from you and me. Tracking our holiday shopping spree. You versus me, chemtrails to be invading all areas of privacy. All for the world to plainly see. So when the grid goes down, prophecy will be. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no algorithms in your head all around. What? Say it. What? Say it. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no GPS around. What you gonna do when the grid goes down? And there ain't no GPS around. Break it up.
Yeah, man, that was fire, man. I like that. Hey, get your sleep on, man. I know you're tired.
Peace, love, and harmony. Yeah, that's all the people
I
that haven't
can
checked
hear
it out
you.
yet. Y'all can find that. Oh, sorry. Again.
I couldn't hear you.
You can't hear me.
No, I was talking to
Okay,
Zach.
now you can hear me? Now I'm back.
Can't hear you now. I can't hear you.
Really? How about now?
There you go. There you go.
Sir knows constantly messing with everything. This building that I live in is crazy too. And I was trying to keep it under the 2-hour mark. But anyway, thank you, George the Funk Da Vinci. I love you. I appreciate you. And everybody out there watching. I wanted to show the video because it was very important that people know that as musicians and artists, we are still part of Black history. So that's my little contribution to the times we're living in today. That song was specifically written. So Mark Lee, let me see if I can get him in here.
Great song. I love that song.
You have 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
I was going to say, great song, amazing song. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I could hear you way quite often when George was not hearing you. So there was something going on with the grid. So the grid was acted up. But definitely it was an amazing show. And definitely let's end it. But let's get on out of here. Great show.
Love that, man. I'll see you guys next week, man. You guys enjoy, and just keep doing what y'all doing out there. We got your back. All right. Peace. We out.
Peace.